Continuing our team coverage tonight, we turn to our own Mark Kane.
He's with our experts once again. Always good to see these guys analyzing how the counties voted in the governor's race and the map that shows which candidates are winning which counties tonight. Gentlemen?
Eric and Sarah, thank you very much. I'm joined by Scholz, a Republican strategist, and at Rothschild, the editor of Progressive Magazine. Thanks for being with us tonight, guys. Matt, let's start with you. Let's talk about Dane County and Kathleen Falk's showing here. Let's look at the numbers, and it wasn't good.
Well, it's kind of shocking, actually, Mark. 2-1, she got beat in her own county here. And what that tells me is a couple things. One, I don't think she gauged her natural base of support that well, because a lot of people in Dane County resented her. They resented her because she took on Peg Lautenschlager in the Attorney General's race. And then a lot of people in Dane County just wanted to get any candidate who had the best chance against Walker, and they increasingly saw that in Tom Barrett. And they voted pragmatically this time around. I think that's what we're seeing in the numbers.
Almost 2-1. And Brandon, you were looking at some other counties around the state, and where Barrett did better than expected?
Well, I think you give him Milwaukee, that's a given, but then you look at Eau Claire, and you might take a look at Rock, some counties that he did okay in when he ran against Walker again. And you know what we're seeing is then he was winning, but they're not wild numbers. They're not big margins, and they're not all in yet. But you know, you got to take a look at how wide that support is and whether or not this Falk support, Vinehout, and everybody else shifts right over to Barrett. Interestingly enough, and we'll see what it is, but right now there's about an equal number of votes cast for Walker as the combined votes in the Democrat primary. A little over 500,000 each, and that'll grow by a little bit more, with even more votes cast in the lieutenant governor's race. And I think probably a bunch of those were Republican for Isaac Weeks.
And turnout is a thing we're going to be looking at in this, don't you think, Matt?
Yeah, turnout's going to be huge, and the real question is, will the Democrats be able to get those million signatures, all those people who signed those petitions, to turn out, and will some of those people be able to drag a relative to the polls too, because that's going to be necessary also.
And at this point, with about 84% of the total is not near 1 million votes.
No, and that's to be expected, because a lot of people are waiting for the big showdown on June 5th.
I don't know. That's the big showdown for sure. But this is the race. The primary had the passion in the Democrat side, and this really was supposed to be the big push. And I think if these are the numbers, then it's probably suspect as how long that passion can hold. I mean, it's crescendoed here, but can they bring it all back up again in June? I think that's a big question.
Well, I think it's going to hold, and I think the passion will be there.
All right, we'll interpret the numbers a little later in the newscast. For now, Eric and Sarah, back to you.
All right, guys, thank you very much.